This rest, I actually came back riding my horse Coriander in the backyard. Well, yeah, I really like to immerse into things I do, and hence this rest. Quite dramatic, isn't it? Well, welcome back to my channel. This is Dr. Spinach.
Did I forget my line again?
Okay, so quite a few people suggested me to make videos on drugs. And well, honestly, I was a bit reluctant, because it's not safe to publicize drugs. Anyways, I heeded to their advice, and here's the introduction video of the same.
In this video, we are going to discuss definition of pharmacology, a brief history, pharmacological terms, drug nomenclature, and drug literatures. So let's get started.
Introduction to Pharmacology.
The word pharmacology is derived from two Greek words, pharmakon meaning drugs and logia meaning study of. It is the science of drugs that deals with exogenously administered chemical molecules, that means drug, which produce a biological response in a living system. A brief history. In the ancient times, only overt effects of the drugs were imprecisely known, and how these effects were produced was completely unknown. Rudolf Buchheim established pharmacology as an experimental science and also ushered the first Institute of Pharmacology in 1847 in Germany. Then came Oswald Schmidberg, along with his disciples, who propounded some of the fundamental concepts in pharmacology. He then came to be known as Father of Pharmacology. The two main divisions of pharmacology are pharmacokinetics and pharmacodynamics. Pharmacodynamics is what drug does to the body, the effects that it produces, and pharmacokinetics is what body does to the drug. These include ADME, that means absorption, distribution, metabolism, and excretion. We'll look in the details of the two in the next video. Now let's look into some of the pharmacological terms. The first one being drug. Drug is derived from a French word drogue, meaning a dry herb. You can see the WHO's definition of the drug says, it is any substance or product that is used or is intended to be used to modify or explore physiological systems or pathological states for the benefit of the recipient. Some of the terms used for drugs include essential medicines. According to WHO, these are those that satisfy the priority healthcare needs of the population. These are the medicines to which people should have access at all times in sufficient amounts. The WHO brought out its first model list of essential drugs in 1977 to guide its member states. India produced its first national essential drug list in 1996, which was then revised several times, and the recent update came in 2015 with a total of 376 medicines in the essential drug list. Orphan drugs are the drugs that are developed for rare diseases. Manufacturers usually don't produce these because it isn't profitable to them, and therefore government assists them by offering tax benefits or other incentives for developing and marketing orphan drugs. The examples of these include sodium nitrate, used for cyanide poisoning, fomepizole for methanol poisoning, and liposomal amphotericin B for serious fungal infections. The next one in line are prescription and non-prescription drugs. Prescription drugs can only be sold against prescription by a registered medical practitioner. The examples of these include prednisolone, antibiotics, opioids, or thyroxine derivatives. Non-prescription drugs, on the other hand, are over-the-counter, and you can get them directly from the pharmacy. The examples include simple analgesics like acetaminophen, ibuprofen, dextromethorphan, a cough suppressant, antihistamines like cetirizine, laxatives, vitamins, etc. and etc. The next term after drug is clinical pharmacology, which includes pharmacokinetic and pharmacodynamic investigation of drugs in healthy individuals and in patients. It evaluates the efficacy, safety, adverse effects of the drug. And the aim of clinical pharmacology is to generate data for optimum use of drugs to practice evidence-based medicine. The last term is toxicology. It deals with poisonous effects of drugs and other chemicals, with emphasis on detection, prevention, and treatment of poisonings. It also includes the study of adverse effects of drug overdose. Example, paracetamol poisoning or organophosphate poisonings. So, our next topic is drug nomenclature. A drug generally has three categories of names: chemical name, non-proprietary name, and proprietary or brand name. Chemical name. It describes the substance chemically. For instance, 1-isopropyl amino 3,1-nepthyloxypropane-2-ol is used for propranolol. It's only used in manufacturing companies and it's not suitable for prescribing. The second one is the non-proprietary name. We can't call a drug by its chemical name, and hence one name is accepted by a competent scientific body or authority. WHO has proposed recommended international non-proprietary name for newer drugs, and it is to be accepted by all member states of WHO. These days, generic name is used in place of non-proprietary name, but etymologically it is incorrect. Generic is given to the chemical group or genus of the compound. Nonetheless, this misnomer is widely accepted and used even in official settings. So, why should we care about reading it? 'Cause it's interesting. Haha. Third, proprietary or brand name. It's the name assigned by a manufacturer and it is his property or trademark. An example, brand names Altoil, Etcardil, Eticor, Tenolol all are used for the same drug atenolol. Our last topic for today is drug literatures. These include pharmacopoeias and formularies. These are usually brought out by the government in a country. Pharmacopoeias lists chemical structure, molecular weight, physical and chemical characteristics, solubility, identification and assay methods, standards of purity, storage conditions, etc. of officially approved drugs in a country. These are useful to drug manufacturers but not to doctors. Formularies, on the other hand, list indications, dose, dosage forms, contraindications, precautions, adverse effects of drugs available for medicinal use in a country. These are useful to prescribers. The example of pharmacopoeias include British Pharmacopoeia, European Pharmacopoeia, Indian Pharmacopoeia, United States Pharmacopoeia, and National Formulary of India is a formulary used in India. Folks, a brief introduction of what's to come in the next video. Routes of drug administration. The choice of appropriate route depends both on drug as well as patient-related factors. Routes can be broadly divided into those for local action and those for systemic action.
So stick with me for the next video to come in the next week.
If you liked this video, please click on like and subscribe. Turn on the notification bell down below so that you can get updates whenever I post a newer video. Thank you very much and
Bye-bye for now.